EK, Reelspicy, back at it again with more clips. So them BBLs really having them women reeking out here, huh? Smelling like grade A gorilla back juice, right? We about to find out. Don't forget to subscribe and bang on that like button. Now, let's get into it.
Hey, but this better be good, god damn it!
Oh, but for real, BBL girls, like, y'all should really humble yourself, because my brothers and my men friends told me that a lot of y'all be stinking. And I don't come for the messenger, I'm just saying. They said that I don't know if y'all don't know how to reach to your butt, like butthole, but they say y'all be kind of smelly, so y'all need to check up on that. Y'all need to, because I believe them. And they say y'all don't know how to take the D. This what they saying though. Me personally, I don't know. Do not shoot the messenger. But I believe them though.
Those BBLs be stinking. So you guys may have seen this online that BBL smells is trending. And there are a lot of reasons for that smell, but I think that I will tell you guys a story about a girl that I dated, and I took her out. She had a BBL. Her body looked crazy good. Like, she had it done right. Her whole body looked amazing. So we linked up and we went out, had a really good time. We went to a Lakers game and then went to a spot by LA Live and had some dinner. Had a really good time. And so she was like, so what you trying to do? I was like, yeah, let's go back to my place and relax, have a nightcap and see where it takes us. So we drive back to my spot. And so light the candles, get the music going, open up a bottle of champagne, and we sitting there and we're having a nice vibe. And, we start getting into it and everything, and clothes start to come off. And she wanted to give me a little show. So she was like, just stand right there. And so, like, she took off everything very seductively and got on my bed and started twerking that thing, right? And I was like, what the hell? Because at this point, she got nothing on. And I smelled this smell, and it hits my nose. The shit was like a salt of my nose. I'm like, what the hell?
Damn.
And so I'm like, baby, not to be rude, but I know we had a long day. You're not smelling that fresh down there. I think you need to get into the shower and go ahead and freshen up. And she looked at me so embarrassed. I did it as gently as I could, but what I realized is, if someone has had a normal size behind for all of their life, and then they switch up, and now they got this big BBL, they have to reach back there and really clean. You know what I'm saying? And if they're not used to doing that, they might not know that, hey, you sweat differently. Everything is different when you add that much more meat back there. That thing can't breathe as good. And so she ended up getting in the shower and everything. I had everything that she needed. And I ended up clapping them cheeks. And it was much better. But some people, the smell, I think her smell was coming from just not being able to get back there and clean properly. But some people's smell is coming from what the excretions and what's coming out with the fat that they've actually put in to their bodies. So, BBLs for me is just for fun. Those women are for fun. Like, you can't take women with BBLs, in my opinion, to parent-teacher conferences. They big old ass knocking over the little kids' crayons and stuff as they try to walk through the parent-teachers conferences in them small-ass classrooms. That's not really for me. That's for fun. That's for, weekend fun. Wifey material is just regular, natural women that you can build a family with and give a great life to.
Damn. I ain't gonna lie, man. He sound dead serious. He caught that whiff, even before he got into the details. You know what I'm saying? Look, BBLs, plastic surgery, body augmentation, all that, definitely not my thing. But I'm not hating on this, though. In this case, however, it sounded like it was just a girl with a BBL that was funky down there. You know what I mean? And that happens. And he certainly thought this through. because he had some reasons why that could be the case. But the funny thing is, he still clapped it. You know what I mean? So how bad was it really? How bad was it? I mean, he did say it was like salt hit the back of his throat through his nose or something like that, but he still hit it. You know what I mean? He still hit it. So, and that right there be what's wrong with half of you ninjas out there, man. But that's another long conversation to be had. I just know some of y'all just be painting your nose and go on about your business.
2 secrets that Instagram models don't want you to know about their BBL. Wiping down there is going to be a lot more difficult because there's more to reach around. So if you're around somebody with a BBL and they smell, well, when you see an Instagram model travel for a cheaper price, understand it's not quite as pretty on the way back. Example A. We hope they find a comfortable sitting position.
So right before you get a BBL, the doctor makes you sign a form. It's basically like, in order for you to have a BBL, you have to stink for the rest of your life. And that's just something you have to give up. So yeah, I do smell. I'm just kidding. No, what the fuck? So I did have a smell though. So the day of my surgery, I got an IV because the bitch passed out. And my pee smelled like vitamins. If you take vitamins, you know what I'm talking about. But it smelled like stronger. It was like a really strong like vitamin smell when I peed. And then after, there is a weird like smell, but it's from all the liquid that comes out of my body during the massages. This is the liquid. It's not blood. It's just like the liquid they inject into you to separate the fat and your like skin. In the beginning, I feel like I can't even describe the smell, but it's not a bad smell. But now I don't smell that anymore, and I'm good. And I wash myself. I wash my ass.
Okay, so I have an entire theory on this. Hear me out. So, as somebody that has a big butt, has big boobs, has big thighs, okay, it gets hot. It gets hot. And I live in Florida. So, some things that come along with having a big butt, having big thighs, having big boobs is under boob sweat. Your thighs aggressively chafing together. You leaving a little imprint occasionally if it's a little too hot. Basically what I'm saying is we be sweating. So, the way that I care for my body hygienically has changed over the years as my body has changed. So, growing up, I didn't always have big boobs. I didn't really get big boobs until I was like 17 or 18. I had no idea that boobs be sweating like that. Okay, so I had to learn that. Adapt, if you will. And I've heard this multiple times from either my friends that have gotten their bodies done or from guy friends who have been with girls that have gotten their bodies done. And I've seen multiple TikToks about it. If you have any of the things listed, you know what I'm talking about. So my theory is that the women that are getting their bodies done, usually those women have smaller frames. They didn't have the big butt. They didn't have the big thighs. They didn't have the big boobs. Key why they're getting the surgery done. So because these women are getting these surgeries done, they never learned how to care hygienically for that body type. They learned how to hygienically care for their body type. Say you get the surgery done at 20, right? You spent 20 years caring hygienically for this body type. And now you wake up and you have this body type. You're going to experience things that you've never experienced, and you're probably not going to know how to deal with them. And what works for some bodies does not work for all bodies. So that's my theory, is that these women getting these surgeries never learned how to care for the body type that they're getting. So it's not going to be fresh and clean all the time if you're not keeping it fresh and clean all the time. And if you've never been taught how to keep your double-decker booty clean, you're not going to know how to.
I mean, the bottom line is, go ahead and freshen up. Especially when you know you're about to get down. At least, go ahead and take a shower if you can. Especially for someone you bang for the first time, before you know how good the hygiene is consistently. You know you've been sweating. You know you've been sweating all day. You know what I'm saying? The thing is, I see many women talk about male hygiene. And how bad it could be. And yeah, some of these dudes be stinking it up. So I've heard. But really, not enough is being talked about when it comes to a female hygiene. And how bad it can get, you know what I'm saying? Many women I've known say the girl's bathroom, the locker room, and those type of spots be wild. And trust me, them long nails and trying to wipe is not a good combination. You know what I'm saying? That's why I always liked older women when I was a bit younger because they got way better hygiene.
Okay, let's talk about it. Why do some guys say that girls that get BBLs, their asses stink? I have a theory about this, okay? So, pretty much, when you get a BBL, your ass is so rock hard. Like, I could barely get toilet paper and, like, a hand between my butt cheeks, let alone, like, an enema. And that thing is tiny, right? So, I think because I use wipes, like baby wipes to wipe. I have never been a toilet paper person. My whole family were wipe people. But I think that girls just aren't wiping good enough or cleaning between their butt cheeks after they do the number 2 good enough. And that's what's stinking. So if you get a BBL, I suggest this to anyone, but I highly suggest using baby wipes to wipe because you could get a smell. So that's what I'm saying. So I was telling my husband, like, right after surgery when I was trying to do number 2, like, I get why girls stink sometimes, because if I was using toilet paper and not, like, cleaning myself between every time that I was using number 2, I can see how that would stink. I get it. Can't relate, but I get it.
So everybody has just started talking about this, but honestly, the smell doesn't come from the butt or from the vag. The smell comes from the fat excretions that are coming out. So when women have liposuctions and BBLs, about 3 weeks later, all the way up to 3 weeks later, they have excretions, actually grease, that comes out of their body, and it has a putrid smell. So the BBL smell is not because of women's pH balance. It's not because they don't shower. It's simply because it's fat excretions that are still coming out.
Who knew that there's a BBL smell? I'm sure this is not going to stop women from getting it, but definitely avoid being with a man. Avoid being with the man, if you know what I mean, until that is handled, okay? Because you do not want that putrid smell around.
I definitely believe this too. I think really it's all the above though. Just like some of these clips were saying with the adjustment to hygiene and all of that. If they had good hygiene to begin with. And then you could add that to the effects from surgery that can contribute to the unpleasant smell. I also agree some of y'all ladies should give it some time before you jump back to getting it in, you know what I'm saying, getting it in the bedroom, because some of these men aren't going to complain because they just might think it will hurt their chances of smashing if they brought it up. And I think that contributes to it too, you know what I'm saying, because if men spoke up in a smooth way, of course, you know what I mean, then some of these women would get to the hint and look to improve that. And really at this point, there's no excuses, none. Martin Lawrence already showed you how to do it with the bow, bow, bow when you're wiping. Front to the back, not back to the front. Let me repeat, front to the back, not back to the front. Then drop with the tissue, you feel me? Front to the back, then drop. Then repeat until tissue is fully white. You dig me? You know what I'm saying? Nah, man, but seriously, let me know what y'all think about the subject, man. This is not meant to offend. It's all in fun. And we're just, having a conversation at the same time. It's definitely a trending topic. I know there's some trolls out there, they're trying to get their rocks off and all that, but I really want to know, man, what's y'all experiences? Hit me in them comments. EK Reelspicy signing out. We gone.